Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Oh, I'm still getting used to this little handheld device, so gotta bear with me with those first few seconds of these videos. Taking a walk. It's Saturday morning. It's pretty cold out here where I'm at, and that's today. The topic of today's talk is walking when it's cold. Well, I did just read a good article from Victor Pride over at Bold and Determined, who's one of my favorite bloggers, so you'll notice I got a link to his site on my website, and I always try to catch up with his writing. He's pretty prolific. He's been doing it a while, but he's got a nice article about walking and being out in the cold, and it made a lot of sense to me. Now I don't love the cold, but I don't hate it either. And I like to walk year-round, and I think it's helping me to stay, more on the vigorous side. As he mentions, you want to be able to walk in whatever weather, right? Whether it's 100 degrees and humid as all heck or Hades, or 20 degrees, like, it's the mid-20s here where I'm at, which isn't that cold, really. 0 Fahrenheit. I'm in the U.S., so we go by Fahrenheit. I can't really recall the Celsius, even though I learned all that in school. I could do the math if I had to, but you know what I mean. If it's cold enough to be snowing or sleeting, that's pretty cold. So yeah, down to 0, even below 0, which is pretty cold. Now, I don't go out of my way to go out in below 0 weather, but I have. Sometimes you have to, right? You've got to do something. You got to get in the car, walk from your house to the car in below 0 weather to get to work. You got to hustle around to do things. Even day-to-day life doesn't wait for the cold. You've got to be able to deal. And the way you get to deal with things like cold weather is just being out in the cold weather. So walk when it's cold out. Walk year-round. It's good for you. I talk a lot about weight training, but like I said, I only weight train once, 2, or twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, but usually average about twice a week. Oh, that's pretty hard. That's pretty intense. That's a lot of time weight training for older fellows like me. So, but I still like to be active, so I still will walk on those days that I'm not weight training, as many days as I can. Now, it would be best for me and for you to be active every day of the week, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That would be the ideal amount of activity for all of us. But that isn't the reality, is it? We're not going to be able to do that. Modern life has made that option extremely unlikely for us. But you still want to do the best you can, don't you? For your health, for your life, for you, right? Don't we? Anyway, so today it's Saturday. I'm walking, take a long walk. This walk, I take a loop in my neighborhood. It takes me a good 30-45 minutes, depending on things. If I feel really good, I really walk hard, 30 minutes. If I'm beat, it's going to take a little longer because I'm walking slow. I may take a few side trips, make it a little longer. During the work week, I take a nice 20-25 minute walk at lunch. I have a quick bite for lunch at my desk. Get outside and walk 20-25 minutes. That's a couple days a week, and then I weight train. So yeah, I'm trying to get active 4 to 5 times a week. And you'll notice the walking is done outside in whatever weather. I prefer the heat. I don't mind the heat and humidity. I've gone past that. I'm in good enough shape, or that doesn't bother me. Sure, I sweat like a bear, right? And I have to go through a lot of t-shirts, but I still love it. I still like to be at the beach and ogle the girls and all of that stuff. And just get out when it's nice. But you gotta walk when it's cold too. That will give you the best, that's good for your lungs. Where I come from here in the Midwestern United States, a lot of men are hunters, and they spend quite a bit of their fall being in September, October, November, they spend quite a bit of their time hunting. And that means they're out hunting for animals of various types. And they're spending quite a bit of the day, let's say especially a Saturday, many hours just outside, walking to and from where their hunting spot is. Maybe they're hunting by walking, and then a part of it is just breathing fresh outdoor air. You're in the woods, you're in fields, you're in swampy areas, natural areas. And you'll notice a lot of these men, probably almost all of them, are a lot more vigorous and healthy than a guy who doesn't do that. And whether you believe in hunting or not, the evidence shows that these guys are stay healthier. I don't know that they live any longer or not. It's really not what this is about. This is more about how do you feel on a day-to-day basis. Are you getting sick all the time? Are you able to handle whatever life throws at you? And I would suggest that men who spend plenty of time outside, and women, are going to be a little more vigorous, a lot more healthy, able to kind of withstand whatever life throws at you. Most of us, we're going to work inside. We're going to spend most of our time inside, but that doesn't mean we can't get outside a little bit here and there every week. Now again, here, it's a beautiful day where I'm at. It's right around 11:30 a.m. Sun is shining. You can see the white stuff on the ground. It just snowed here the other day, so it's cold enough to snow, but it's still beautiful. And so far, I'm the only person I've seen outside other than a few cars driving around. So people don't really get this, what I'm talking about. I've often thought where I live, I'm one of the only people who think this way. But there are men, they're out there hunting, and they're not watching this video. They're not in front of their laptops. They're out there enjoying the weather. So there's things you can do to make being outside in the cool and the cold weather, more enjoyable. Look at the hat I'm wearing. It's a wool hat. It's specifically tailored to my head. It's my size. It keeps the top of my head warm. The little flappers will go over my ears if I have to. And if it gets a lot colder, I have a much bigger, bulkier hat. But just for the 20s, this is plenty. And I wear this most of the winter, to and from work, going for walks, just whatever. It's a sharp little hat. Goes with, it's better with short hair. It's better than a stocking hat. 100 times better. So that's a better thing. You'll see I've got a hood on underneath my all-weather jacket. It's a fleece. This jacket is a nylon shell, fleece lined, warm, but not too warm. It's kind of good I've worn it in much below zero weather, and with plenty of layers on underneath it. And I've got my hooded fleece sweatshirt and then a t-shirt. That's it. That's plenty warm for a day like this. But if it was colder, I'd have like a vest underneath that, maybe a long underwear shirt. There's all kinds of ways, you're just putting the layers on so you'll be warm. For my pants, I just got like a nylon workout pants. They kind of cut the wind, but they're very light. And since they cut the wind, and your legs are moving when you're walking. You don't want a ton of weight on your legs. I wouldn't wear jeans. I would wear workout pants when you walk. And the nylon kind that have a little bit of a wind breaking effect will be the best on a cold day. And if it's really cold, yeah, you'll wear the heavily insulated pants. But don't expect that to be very comfortable, and don't expect to walk very fast. And then I just wear underwear underneath that, right? My legs are plenty warm because I'm moving them. I'm walking. I'm not quitting walking. And then for boots, I've got my mostly leather hiking boots over my ankles. They're heavily padded, very comfortable, a little bit heavy. These are the boots I wear when I go hiking in the mountains. They're great for protecting your ankles, and they got a heavy rubber sole that's good for climbing over rocks and hiking in the loose mountain trails. And they're also good for kind of walking on slippery conditions. And then I have heavy wool socks. I got some fleece gloves, and that's it. You don't need to spend a ton of money on your walking gear, which is nice about walking, as you do have to spend some on your weight training gear. And of course, the more you walk, yeah, you might want to spend more, get better hiking boots, more fancier wool socks, but you don't have to either. This isn't about spending money. It's about your life, your health, your vigor, your ability to breathe. I don't really take any medications. I'm 54 years old. I feel really good. I don't have any breathing problems. I don't have a bad heart. I don't take any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just for walking as often as I can walk. Cold year round, hot, cold, whenever. I don't like to walk in the rain. I avoid that. I don't like to walk when it's heavily snowing. I don't like that. I don't like sleet. If it's icy out, I'm not going to walk. So yeah, you can't walk every day because of the poor weather, but you can walk most of the time. So give that idea some thought. Get out there, walk when it's cold, walk when it's hot, walk year round. The walking, it's for you. All for now.